Welcome to Icons Forever, where Thomas honors the unforgettable lives of extraordinary people who continue to live on through their legacy. This channel celebrates beloved figures from film, music, sports, and culture, whose talent, passion, and impact touched millions. Join us as we remember their stories, reflect on their influence, and keep their memory alive for generations ahead. Daryl Sheets became widely known through his long-running role on the reality series Storage Wars. Before television fame, he spent more than 30 years working in storage auctions, a competitive field where experience, intuition, and risk-taking play a major role. His bold bidding style and confidence in uncovering valuable items earned him a strong reputation in the auction community. Television success. When Storage Wars premiered in 2010, Sheets quickly became one of its standout personalities. The show followed buyers competing for abandoned storage units, often revealing unexpected and unusual finds. His energetic approach and willingness to take big risks made him a memorable figure, helping shape the show's popularity and long-term success with audiences. Personal life. Outside of television, Sheets was known for valuing his family deeply. He shared a close bond with his son, Brandon Sheets, who also worked alongside him in the storage auction business. Their partnership reflected a shared passion for the trade and a strong family connection built through years of working together. Legacy Daryl Sheets passed away at the age of 67, leaving behind a lasting impact on reality television and the storage auction world. He is remembered for bringing personality and authenticity to an unconventional profession, helping turn it into mainstream entertainment. His influence continues through the show's legacy and the audience he entertained for years. Freeman passed away at the age of 66 after a battle with lung cancer. Before her work in entertainment, she served 6 years in the United States Marine Corps. This early chapter of discipline and service helped shape her grounded presence and strong work ethic throughout her life. Acting career and television work, Freeman went on to build a steady acting career across television. She is best known for her role in the web series Pretty the Series and her recurring appearance on The Young and the Restless. In addition to these roles, she made guest appearances in several popular shows, including Sisters, Seinfeld, and Dexter, where she often brought depth and authenticity even to smaller characters. Craft and screen presence. What stood out in Freeman's performances was her ability to make brief roles feel meaningful. She had a natural screen presence that added realism to the story she was part of. Whether in drama or comedy, she contributed quietly but effectively, earning respect from colleagues and viewers alike. Legacy and remembrance. Freeman is remembered for her resilience, professionalism, and steady dedication to her craft. Her journey from military service to television acting reflects a life shaped by discipline and purpose. She leaves behind a legacy of quiet strength and consistent work that continues to be appreciated by those who followed her career. Doris Roberts passed away at the age of 90, leaving behind a celebrated career that spanned more than 7 decades in stage, film, and television. Known for her natural warmth and sharp comedic timing, she became one of the most recognizable character actresses in American entertainment, admired for her ability to bring depth and authenticity to every role she played. Television success and iconic role. Roberts is best remembered for her role as Marie Barone on the long-running CBS sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond. Her portrayal of the outspoken yet deeply loving mother resonated strongly with audiences and became one of the defining performances of her career. The role earned her widespread acclaim, including 4 Emmy Awards, and secured her place as a beloved figure in television history. Acting style and career impact. Throughout her career, Roberts was praised for the emotional honesty she brought to her performances. Whether in comedy or drama, she had a unique ability to balance humor with sincerity, making her characters feel relatable and human. Her work extended across theater, film, and television, showcasing her versatility and dedication to the craft of acting. Legacy and remembrance. Doris Roberts is remembered not only for her award-winning performances, but also for the warmth and humanity she brought to the screen. Her work continues to be enjoyed by audiences across generations, offering both laughter and comfort. She remains a cherished figure in entertainment, with a legacy defined by talent, consistency, and an enduring connection with viewers around the world. Lena Jar, a businessman known for his indirect connection to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, has passed away at the age of 68. His daughter, Lena Jar, confirmed the news on April 20 through heartfelt social media posts, sharing personal memories and family moments. He reportedly died on April 18th, though the exact cause has not been publicly disclosed. Known public identity, Jar became widely recognized through the nickname Big Papa, a name frequently mentioned during the early seasons of the show. Although he never appeared on screen, his presence was often referenced, creating curiosity among viewers and becoming part of the show's early cultural storyline. Personal relationships. His relationship with Kim Zolciak was widely discussed at the time and often became a topic of public conversation. While there were differing accounts shared in media coverage, Jar himself remained mostly private and did not actively participate in the public attention surrounding it. Family remembrance. Following his passing, his daughter Caitlin shared emotional tributes reflecting on their close relationship. She posted photos, videos, and personal memories, highlighting meaningful, small gestures such as handwritten notes that left a lasting impression on her life. Remembering his life. Lena Jar is remembered as someone who lived much of his life outside the public spotlight, despite brief media attention through television references. He is survived by his wife Kimberly and their children, leaving behind a legacy centered on family, privacy, and personal connections rather than public fame. He never really fit into the version of country music the industry tried to sell. No polished image, no carefully shaped persona, no interest in pretending to be anything other than what he was. Willie Nelson instead built a career out of honesty so plain it often looked like rebellion. Over decades, that honesty turned into something larger than fame. It became a kind of cultural language. With a voice that carries the weight of dust roads, late nights, and lived experience, he transformed heartbreak into songs that feel like shared memory. Across more than 70 years of performing, writing, and touring, he became less of a manufactured star and more of a natural force in American music. What makes his story compelling is not perfection or polish, but endurance. He kept going through rejection, reinvention, and loss, shaping a legacy that feels less like a performance and more like a life fully lived in public view. Roots in Abbott and early hardship. Willie Nelson's story begins in Abbott, Texas, a small rural town where opportunity was limited and life moved at the pace of farmland seasons. Born in 1933, he entered a world already shaped by economic struggle and uncertainty. His parents were very young and unable to provide stable care, and before he could form lasting memories of family life, he and his sister were left in the care of their grandparents. That early sense of displacement became a quiet undercurrent in his life, not as a dramatic wound, but as a constant awareness of absence. Abbott itself offered little comfort, but it gave him something else: exposure to simple living, church music, and the rhythm of hard work. These early years, shaped by both loss and resilience, became the emotional foundation for the songs he would later write. Even as a child, he seemed to understand that music could carry feelings words alone could not fully hold. Music as survival and first steps forward. Raised by his grandparents, Willie was introduced early to discipline, faith, and music. His grandmother in particular encouraged musical learning, treating it not as entertainment, but as a form of grounding. She brought hymn books into the home and supported his early curiosity with instruments. By the time he was a child, he was already learning guitar and exploring melodies with unusual seriousness. Music quickly became more than a hobby. It became a way of understanding the world. While other children played without direction, he was already writing songs and performing locally. At the same time, he worked physically demanding jobs in farming communities, learning the value of labor and persistence. This combination of musical immersion and hard work shaped his character. He was not chasing fame at that stage. He was simply trying to express something he could feel, but not yet fully explain, using music as both outlet and identity. Early struggles, writing breakthroughs, and setbacks. As he entered adulthood, Willie Nelson moved through a series of jobs that never quite matched his spirit. He worked wherever he could, from sales to manual labor, while continuing to write songs constantly. Music remained the only consistent thread in his life. Eventually, he tried his hand at radio work and small performances, slowly building connections in the industry. During this time, he also began experiencing the complexities of adult relationships and family life, marrying young and becoming a father, while still searching for stability. These years were not easy. They were marked by uncertainty and constant movement. Yet creatively, he was unstoppable. He wrote songs that would later become classics, often selling them for small sums because he needed immediate income. What he could not yet achieve as a performer, he achieved as a songwriter, quietly shaping the sound of country music from behind the scenes without receiving full recognition for it. Nashville rejection and the weight of undervalued talent. When Willie Nelson eventually reached Nashville, he arrived with songs that would later define generations. Yet the industry around him was not ready for his voice or his style. The polished Nashville sound of the time favored smoothness, structure, and predictability. His singing, by contrast, carried timing that felt loose and conversational, almost like storytelling rather than performance. Executives often misunderstood this as lack of discipline, when in reality, it was his signature. While other artists recorded his songs and turned them into major hits, he struggled to be accepted as a performer in his own right. The irony was clear. His writing shaped the industry, but his voice was considered outside its commercial expectations. Despite this, he never abandoned his approach. Instead, he continued refining a style rooted in authenticity, even when it meant being overlooked. That persistence eventually became the foundation of his later breakthrough. Reinvention and the rise of outlaw country. The turning point in Willie Nelson's career came when he left behind the constraints of Nashville and returned to Texas. Austin, during that period, was becoming a creative refuge for musicians who wanted freedom from industry formulas. There, he found an audience that valued honesty over polish. His performances felt different, looser, more open, and deeply connected to the people listening. This shift helped define what would become known as outlaw country, a movement that rejected commercial rules in favor of artistic truth. Alongside other musicians who shared similar frustrations, he helped reshape the genre entirely. Albums like Red-Headed Stranger marked a dramatic change, stripping music down to its emotional core. The simplicity of the arrangements made the storytelling even more powerful. What emerged was not just a new career phase, but a redefinition of country music itself, one built on sincerity rather than industry expectation. Success, independence, and financial turbulence. As his influence grew, Willie Nelson experienced both creative success and financial complexity. His independence as an artist allowed him to produce music on his own terms, leading to some of the most celebrated albums in country history. However, his financial life was far less stable. Poor management decisions, and complicated tax arrangements eventually resulted in one of the most difficult periods of his career. When faced with overwhelming debt, he responded in a way consistent with his character, through work. Instead of retreating, he recorded and toured extensively, using music as both expression and solution. Fans supported him strongly during this period, helping him navigate the financial crisis. This chapter of his life reinforced a pattern that appeared repeatedly, no matter how severe the setback. He returned to music as a way forward. His resilience was not abstract, it was practical, rooted in action and sustained effort. Personal losses and emotional endurance. Alongside professional challenges, Willie Nelson's personal life carried deep emotional weight. Over the years, he experienced strained relationships, the complexities of fatherhood shaped by time on the road, and the sorrow of losing loved ones, including his son, Billy, in 1991. That loss, in particular, marked one of the most painful periods of his life. It came during an already difficult time and reshaped how he viewed family, time, and permanence. Close friends and collaborators also passed away across the decades, leaving gaps that could not be replaced. Rather than turning away from grief, he often expressed it through music, allowing songs to hold what words in conversation could not. His performances became quieter in emotional tone, carrying a deeper sense of reflection. Even as loss accumulated, he continued to perform, not as escape, but as a way of staying connected to the people and memories that shaped him. Aging, family, and a more grounded life. In later years, Willie Nelson's life became more centered and grounded. He built a home environment that reflected peace rather than constant movement, spending more time with family and less time on endless travel. His children and grandchildren became a visible part of his world, some following musical paths of their own. While health challenges naturally appeared with age, he adapted rather than stepping away completely. Touring became more measured, but never fully stopped. His approach to life grew more reflective, focusing on simple moments rather than constant ambition. Conversations about time, aging, and memory became more present in his outlook, not as regrets, but as observations shaped by experience. The road remained important, but so did stillness. This balance defined his later years, a life no longer driven by proving anything, but by continuing what had always mattered: music, connection, and presence. Legacy beyond fame and industry recognition. Willie Nelson's legacy cannot be measured only in awards or record sales, though both are significant. His real impact lies in the emotional connection his music creates. Across generations, his songs have become part of personal milestones, weddings, farewells, long drives, and quiet nights of reflection. He showed that imperfection can be powerful, and that authenticity can outlast polished production. His career also proved that rejection does not define worth, and that creative persistence can eventually reshape entire industries. Beyond music, his activism, especially in support of farmers and independent communities, reflects a consistent belief in fairness and resilience. What remains most remarkable is not just longevity, but continuity. The same voice that began in small Texas towns still resonates today. Willie Nelson's story ultimately is not about fame alone, but about staying true to a voice, a vision, and a way of living that never stopped being honest.